What type of stressors are included in this sport?
That's a loaded question. The stressors, there are a lot of stressors.
I get anxious at the plate all the time. I have to chew gum, eat seeds or something to like get my mind off it. It's just can't control it.
You have to push all the stressors aside, especially when you're in a competition setting, because you're supposed to be confident. You're supposed to be, owning everything that you're doing, because that's what a gymnast is. We look good. We make things that are very, very hard look easy.
It's just like you got a fastball coming in 90, 95 miles an hour, and you're knowing it could probably kill you, but you got to be okay with that, and you can't think about it.
Ball, left in the field, Gunther got a long run on it, he dives, and he got it!
My freshman year, I struggled with depression, and I was out all my freshman year competitively. You're not really going to put a mentally unstable girl up on a balance beam, which was completely understandable, but it's still tough to bear. And so, overcoming some of those challenges, I learned to compartmentalize things, and I worked really hard in the gym over the summer, and I made a lot of strides. And so, going into my sophomore year, I was on track to compete, making my college debut, and just a few short days before the competition, I ruptured my Achilles tendon. It was pretty devastating. I think that after overcoming my freshman year, I didn't think that I was going to struggle with depression again. And I think that's one of the biggest things I've learned is that, it's not something that goes away so quickly. It's something that I'm probably going to have to deal with for my life, and that's okay. But it's not something that you make up.
It was around last year, so the second semester of my sophomore year. I didn't compete all year. I struggled with injuries and illnesses, and everything just kind of built up. And so I had no way out. I had no outlet. I felt very alone.
Freshman year of college, I decided to go to a school in the middle of nowhere, basically, in Missouri, a town of like 6,000 people. Only went there for baseball, thought I was going to be good. Turned out being like probably the worst 7 months of my life, and ended up getting really depressed.
When you're in practice, you can be doing a skill completely fine, and then something gets into your head and you just fall. And the same thing can happen in the competition and in class. When you're taking a test, you all of a sudden start thinking about gymnastics, and your test score goes down.
I felt very isolated. I didn't push everybody in my life away. I didn't want to deal with anybody. I just kind of wanted to be myself, be by myself and kind of like be like the woe is me, And that was hard, and it was really hard, and I had some really dark days.
I like figuring things out on my own, so I thought this was something that I could deal with, and I don't want to put a hassle on anyone else. That's how I felt.
But yeah, it was tough. It was really tough. And nobody really tells you how tough it is until you experience it yourself. You know what I mean? I could say something is hard, but it's a whole nother level of hard when you go through it yourself. I remember calling my mom one night and just being an utter mess. and her not being able to be there when I needed her the most was very hard.
Was actually on suicide watch for like 3 months. I didn't know I was. Roommates and other friends have kind of told counselors at the school what was going on. I tried to just push it off, like I don't want to get help type of thing.
When I was a sophomore in high school, I lost someone really close to me from suicide. So I think from seeing that firsthand and sort of the toll that takes on friends and family surrounding that, I sort of realized how mental health problems can affect someone.
So it's something that you have to deal with. People think they have to deal with alone.
You know, when you're out, I was out my freshman year competitively because I was depressed, and then I was out my sophomore year competitively because of a ruptured Achilles. And just the difference in how it's portrayed and perceived, by those around me was very different, and which really fueled my frustration, and I was really determined to enact a change, which is the reason why I created Own Your Roar.
So Olivia and I are best friends. We have been since freshman year. We were roommates, so I was there for her, for everything that she went through. After she, got better, she kind of like me on the hindsight, looking back, hey, I could really reach out to people who are struggling with anxiety, depression, disordered eating, whatever it may be. And she actually came to me with the idea and was like, hey, what if I did this? And I was like, absolutely, you have to do it.
I love Allie. I can't say enough about her. I think that Allie's been my rock through everything. She has such an authentic passion, and that girl just has this fire inside of her that when she's passionate about something, she's gonna make big things happen. And to have that energy by my side always is just incredible.
She had this idea and she just ran with it and talked to administration, talked to me about it, talked to our team about it, talked to our coaches, and she really pushed for it because she thought it was important. And I think that's very admirable.
Olivia Lubarsky found out I was from California, so instantly she made friends with me.
Yeah, Colin. Well, a bunch of us were going to hike in these rocks and lake. I don't know what it was. And baseball was going too, and so I met Colin there.
She had kind of asked me if I wanted to help her with a Own Your Roar experiment, and I asked her what it was, and when I found out it was about mental health, I was like, I'm in.
He has personally identified with, the mission and the vision for Own Your Roar, and he came up to me and just was very explicitly said, I want to help people. What can I do to help? I want to take this to the next level. I feel like you have started something really, really great here, but I think we can make it bigger.
I thought it was a great opportunity to help other people to go through things that I went through and hopefully help them just like someone helped me.
Own Your Roar means to own yourself. Own every cell of your being. Own your voice. Own your body. Own whatever anthem you have.
We all go through things, good or bad. But you have to own it. Like Own Your Roar says, own who you are, own what's happened, be okay with it.
If there's something going on, I can just go and talk to somebody, or I can just go and listen to somebody else that has something going on. Knowing that I can help someone else while helping myself is really nice.
I think it's a great way to build community I think it's a great way for fellow athletes to meet other athletes and get to know their stories.
It's another outlet, it's another source, and you can talk something out with someone else. They could give advice or steer you in the right direction, and it's just helpful in every aspect.
I think that this is a great step for Towson to have, and I think that in the next few years it's really going to take off, and even if I'm not here, I definitely want to help live and help be a part of it still.
The first step to, validating and destigmatizing mental illness